Good evening, everybody. It's 7 o'clock on Monday, February 15th, 2021, and we'll call this regular City Commission meeting of the City of Sault Ste. Marie to order. Roll call, please.
Mayor Gary.
Here.
Commissioner Baker.
Here.
Commissioner Baskus-Rath.
Here.
Commissioner Collins. Commissioner Miller.
Here.
Commissioner Talentino.
Here.
Commissioner Twardy.
Here.
Commissioner Collins did call and say he was unable to make tonight's meeting, so we'd need to excuse him, please.
I'll make a motion to excuse Commissioner Collins for this evening's meeting.
Support.
Been moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
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 He is excused. Please rise and join Commissioner Miller in reciting our Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Your Honor. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Item 4, mayor comments and general announcements. Today is President's Day, which is a federally celebrated holiday. It was officially, initially Washington's birthday celebration, which is on the 22nd of February. And now it recognizes George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. And today is sometimes understood as a celebration of all of the birthdays and all of the lives of all of the US presidents. So today we celebrate President's Day. B, proclamations and recognitions. There are none. C, public comment. Is there anybody on the call on the meeting tonight that would like to speak to any of the agenda items that we have, any of the one agenda item we have this evening? Anybody online that would like to speak to an agenda item?
The agenda item online, this is Joel Hamill. I'm just trying to pull it up real quick. I'm
Hey,
assuming that's the only thing that's on tonight then.
You have, it's item G1.
Joel's going to give a small presentation with that item. He's a pre-approved speaker for that item.
We got you on there, Joel, for G1.
Thank you.
You bet. Anybody else? All right, moving on to item D is the consent agenda. Deputy City Manager Robin Troyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Under the consent agenda, 1, approval of the City Commission meeting minutes of February 1st, 2021. Item 2, acceptance of the Airport Advisory Board meeting minutes of January 14th, 2021. Item 3, acceptance of the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority meeting minutes of January 12th, 2021. Item 4, acceptance of the Economic Development Corporation meeting minutes of January 12th, 2021. Item 5, acceptance of the Planning Commission meeting minutes of December 3rd, 2020. Item 6, acceptance of the Police and Fire Pension Board meeting minutes of December 16th, 2020. Item 7, acceptance of the Police and Fire Pension Board meeting minutes of January 20th, 2021. Item 8, acceptance of the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting minutes of December 17th, 2020. Item 9 is consideration of John Boger's resignation from the Police and Fire Pension Board. Item 10 is authorization the purchase of generic time from Michigan Municipal Employees Retirement System by Hudson Troyer. Item 11, consideration of public hearing for MAC building brownfield plan. And item 12 is approval of the consent agenda items as presented.
Thank you. Is there any commissioner that would like any item further explained or any item removed for individual consideration from the consent agenda? Seeing none, Commissioner Twardy.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any questions or comments? A roll call vote, please.
Mayor Gary.
Yes.
Commissioner Baker.
Yes.
Commissioner Baskus-Rath.
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino.
Yes.
Commissioner Tuarty.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously. Thank you. Item E, special orders of business. We'll move on to City Manager Chapman. I see his computer's microphone is working this evening, so live.
Yeah, a couple
and
upgrades.
phone.
Got a couple upgrades, so better knock on wood before I have to call in.
All right.
All righty, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Up first for the commission consideration is a request from staff to make some amendments to City Ordinance, Chapter 25, Article 2, more titled Trees, Shrubs, and Plants. For commission consideration tonight is a public hearing. We scheduled this during the last commission meeting. The mayor will open the public hearing, receive comments, and then close it. At that point, the commission will be able to have a dialogue and take it up for final consideration. This request is coming from staff. It's an effort to increase our efficiencies within the engineering department. There's some redundancies and some bottlenecking with the current ordinance that we feel we'd be able to clean up with the proposed changes to the amendment or to the ordinances. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Mayor, for the public hearing.
All right, thank you very much, City Manager. So we will open up a public hearing on this item, which is the motion to adopt the ordinance amendments to, it's consideration of proposed amendments to City Ordinance Chapter 25, Article 2, Trees, Shrubs, and Plants. Again, this is a public hearing, so we open the public hearing, and is there anybody in the audience that would like to make any comments? And again, this is a public hearing on the consideration of proposed amendments to City Ordinance Chapter 25, Article 2, Trees, Shrubs, and Plants. Anybody in the audience that would like to make any comments? Going once, going twice, we will close the public hearing and move to the City Commission. Commissioner Baker, do you have any questions or comments on this?
No, thank you.
All right. Commissioner Bosbus-Rath, any questions or comments?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Commissioner Collins is not here. Commissioner Miller, any questions or comments?
Under community outreach, why does it say a public hearing will be scheduled for February 18th? Is that a typo, or is that you just had the public hearing, correct?
We just did. That was a typo. That's my fault.
Thank you.
Good catch, Commissioner Miller. Commissioner Talentino, you were the liaison to the tree committee. Do you have any questions or comments on this item?
No, I think it's a good idea. This is a housekeeping issue. I think it's well worth it. So I'll make the motion when needed.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Tuarty, any questions or comments?
Nope, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, we'll go back to you, Commissioner Talentino.
Motion to adopt the ordinance amendments as presented.
Support.
It has been moved and supported. Any questions or comments prior to the roll call? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Bosbus-Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Tuarty,
Yes.
Mayor Gary.
Yes. Motion did pass unanimously. Thank you very much, everybody. And flipping here screens, let's see. So F, communications, we have none this evening, and moving right along into G, business items. Number 1, City Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Up first for commission consideration is an annual request for some authorizations to submit some grants into the federal government for the funding of the Dial-A-Ride program. With us tonight is Joel Amo. He's going to give us a presentation, talk about the motions real quick, and just give you an update in general about what's been happening with Dial-A-Ride. They've been doing some good work. They made some positive changes, and we kind of like the direction that they're going in. After Joel is done, we would look for 1, 2, 3 motions Three motions: motion to accept the operating plan, motion to approve the budget, and then motion to approve resolution for intent to apply. So with that, I'll turn it over to Joel.
Hello, city members, mayor, city manager, deputy city manager, Robin Troyer, how are you doing? Thanks for letting me call in. I was gonna head out and head to the office here, the hall, and I saw the virtual meeting notice, so glad I caught that. If you guys, I don't know how you do a slide. Are you able to put the slide on for the members?
I got you. Yep, I'm pulling it up right now. Commission loves PowerPoints. They're very.
Well, this is a short one, so it shouldn't take too long.
That's what Brian said about our training.
Okay, so moving along last year, well, this time last year, kind of went through and I concentrated on more of the numbers. We are off on some of our, well, we're off the fiscal year. You guys run what, June to July, something like that. So basically I kind of want to hit on some of the changes we've made. You can go to the next slide. We started off right off the bat, 4 new vehicles, decided to change the color, change the logo. We got 2 more that'll be changed coming in 2022. If we hit our mileage, we are rotating those in and out. It's bus 11 and 12. And one of those vehicles that we got was purchased with, 0 local funds. So the main thing is we're still chugging along, and we did get to try our new fixed route, which is a line haul route. We started off with the billboard advertising. Next slide, please. The Sioux Loop. This is just the picture on the left was a Rise to Wellness. We did get consent for public release, and the one on the right is actually the first passenger with consent, of course, with the new bus, new logo of the day. That was back in May. Next slide, please. And with that, we did change. We're up to $2 half fare and $4 full fare. And the brochure that's pictured there, that's one side of it. We do also go 7 days a week through help with funds from Woda Cooper companies. We've agreed to get into Saturday and Sunday. We may get 5 years out of it. I'm hoping by the end of the 5 years, we'll have something that's, we'll have more funding or acquire more funding to keep that going. Next slide, please. And that's one of our billboards that was going from, I think, October through December. It was a little iffy during the pandemic, but we got, our sanitize and clean on there. Just something to really show the public what we are offering a new service. We're still getting well, why can't I take this bus here, or why can't I take this bus there? It's something totally different for our community, but we are getting a lot of positive feedback. Okay, next slide. And this part is kind of more bringing more income in. We are authorized to charge third-party agencies. For example, DHHS, they have clients that need to get somewhere, so we negotiate a rate of $6 for one way, regardless of the half fare or senior fare. And that's true for, I think we got UPHP and a few other agencies that are starting to get on board with it. Something that we haven't normally done because we've been, pretty stagnant, stuck with the 75 cents. We would sell bulk tickets at 75 cents to the third-party agencies. We're no longer doing that. We're actually bringing in a little more revenue that's going to help remain or keep it sustainable going into the future. And one of the new partnerships was Woda Cooper companies affiliated with the new building complex downtown. I think Kathy, Tori, you're familiar with that building complex. So that, they approached us a year ago, and since we knew it wasn't going to be, ongoing, we kind of just shied away from it. But, we look at like, well, at least we'll get 5 years out of Saturday, Sunday versus, 0 right now. So the community is they're booking our on demand. every Saturday, and then Sunday is just starting to grow. There is no loop or spur line on Sunday yet. We just have that on Monday through Saturday. And the next topic is our facility. That's, if you don't know yet, UPTA will be leaving soon. They're pretty optimistic, but they're hoping to leave by, well, this time next year. There's a lot of options to consider. I'd like to discuss as much as possible to be ready for the move, because the reality is when they do leave, we're going to take on 100% of the costs for utilities. Right now it's 70-30. We pay 30% of the utilities, really it's the city. So, planning now is the best course of action, and I'm open to any discussion, any future discussions as well, and to keep that, a monthly topic until the time does come that UPTA leaves the facility. Other than that, is there any questions?
Thank you, Joel. That was good information. So we'll go through the, any questions from the commission? Why don't we run through the lineup here? Commissioner Bosbus Rath, any questions at all or comments?
No questions, just a comment. That was really informative. Thanks, Joel. Great presentation.
Thanks, Jody.
Commissioner Miller, any questions or comments?
No, thank you, Joel. Great presentation. We appreciate the information. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Commissioner Talentino, any questions or comments?
Oh, I'm all set, Your Honor. Some great changes. Thank you.
Commissioner Twardy, any questions or comments?
Just comment on great presentation, and I would like to see more community partners come on board, like Osborne Commons or WODA came on board. And I know that there's another community out in another apartment facility in the community who's interested in having a regular stop, and that's up at Bridge Village. If you're interested in reaching out to them, Joel. So I think that as we bring more of these different apartment communities online, that'll help with the funding. That being said, I see that there's 3 motions, Mr. Mayor, and because I do sit as the board chair for Community Action Agency, I'm wondering, first of all, I'm disclosing that, and I would rather not vote on the budget on both ends of it. So I'm wondering if I can avoid the second motion and just vote for the first and the third motion, but not vote on the budget portion.
So, okay, motion to accept the operating plan. You're gonna abstain from number 2?
Yep.
Any issue with that, city manager? I don't see any problem. We have enough commissioners for a quorum.
I would abstain from number 2 and number 3. And Jody, you as well, you should abstain from number 2 and number 3.
Okay. Thank you.
2 and 3?
2 and 3, abstain from those, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Baker, any questions or comments? Hopefully you don't have to abstain from this.
No, I do not have to abstain. Just a couple comments. Great presentation, and I've heard lots of compliments on your new routes and the new vehicles look great. So great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Joel. I think the buses look great, the routes are great, and I have used the dial ride with my folks in the past, and it certainly is it's a great service, and I hope that people will increase ridership. So yeah, it's a great asset to the community. So any other questions or comments? I was going to give Jody or Commissioner Bosbus Rath the long 3, but I think we'll skip to you, Commissioner Miller, to make
I can do it.
motions, 3 separate and distinct motions, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Motion to accept the operating budget for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2020.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any questions or comments? Roll call vote, please, for all.
Commissioner Baspas Rath,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Commissioner Tuarte,
Yes.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker.
Yes.
Commissioner Miller, number 2, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Motion to approve the proposed budget for Dollaride with $375,000 in proposed revenue and $375,000 in expenses for the 2022 fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2021.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any questions or comments? So we'll have 2 abstentions, Commissioner Tuarte and Commissioner Baspas Rath on this. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion passed. Commissioner Miller.
Thank you, Your Honor. Motion to approve a resolution of intent to apply for financial assistance for the fiscal year 2022, which begins October 1st, 2021, under Act 51 of Public Acts of 1951, authorizing an application for state financial assistance and appointing Dennis McShane, Executive Director, and/or Joe Nolan, Finance Director, as the Transportation Coordinator for all public transportation matters.
Support.
Has been moved and supported. Any questions or comments before we vote? Again, with the 2 abstentions. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Talentino,
Yes.
Mayor Gary,
Yes.
Commissioner Baker,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joel, for all that you do.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joel.
Moving along into item H, which is city manager updates, announcements, and updates. City manager Brian Chapman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple updates for everyone tonight. First and foremost, the Power Canal project has made some movement last couple of weeks. We received the bids back for it. Thankfully, the project came a little bit overbid, just about 1%. So we're comfortable with that project. So we'll start bringing the contracts to the commission, I think either next commission meeting or the meeting after that. So we'll get that approved. Phase 1 is set to start and be completed this summer. We're working on the grant documentation with MDOT for phase 2, which would be scheduled for next summer. Also included in your packets, which is a reminder that the annual increase on garbage and recycling tags will take effect soon. In there is a small visual that shows the increase of the tags. Last but not least, let's see what else. In March, hold on a second, a little lost. March 11th at 6 p.m., engineering staff and I will be hosting a virtual town hall regarding the Easter Day roundabout and the reconstruction of Easter Day. We've gotten some feedback from some of the neighborhood residents, and we just want to make sure we touch base with them, give them some information about the project, talk about the roundabouts, and get some feedback from them. So that will be March 11th at 6 p.m. I have sent it to all of you, put it on your calendars. If you want to attend, feel free to. It's not an official commission meeting. This will just be a neighborhood meeting. And then just last reminder, March tentatively is scheduled to be the last set of virtual Zoom meetings that we'll have. I know, sad face for everyone, but April, we are set to return to in-person meetings. So just plan according. As of right now, just plan on being in person in April. We'll see where the changes come. I believe they're probably set to change this week. I think the current orders expire on the 22nd. So just for planning purposes, April will start in person unless otherwise noted. Other than that, Mr. Mayor, I have nothing else.
Thank you very much. Anybody have any questions for city manager, Commissioner Baker?
And I'm sure it's somewhere in an email, but why I have my stuff out in front of me. Do we have dates for the budget session or anything set, or goal setting, anything set for those?
Yep, I'll send an email out reminding everyone tomorrow.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have any questions? Garbage tags didn't intrigue anybody or?
I try my best.
Yeah, you did good. All right. Moving on into matters presented by the public. Is there anybody online that would like to speak before the commission this evening? So this is your opportunity. Just unmute your microphone. Anybody online that would like to speak before the commission? So this is a time reserved. You can have up to 5 minutes. Anybody that would like to speak in front of the commission? Going once, going twice. We'll move on into item J, which is matters presented by the city commission. City commissioners, anybody that would like to speak? Commissioner Baker.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to both tribes, Bay Mills and Sioux Tribe, for the vaccinations. And I know a lot of people that didn't expect to get their vaccination were lucky enough because they have had an overabundance. So thank them for all their help. And then also all the volunteers and everybody that's helping getting those shots up at Lake State and through War Memorial. So kudos to all you guys. Appreciate it.
Excellent point. Thank you very much. Anybody else have any questions, comments, anything to bring forward? Seeing no activity, Commissioner Tuorty.
And it's 7:26, Mr. Mayor.
I know. I was trying to
I
stretch it out as long as I could. We had a bet on when the meeting would end.
I said 7:30, so I could drag it out for 2 more minutes, but
No, you're good.
move to adjourn.
Support.
Been moved and supported. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much. Have a great evening, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Hi.
Good night.